Duke of Gloucester is a British royal title, often conferred on one of the sons of the reigning monarch. The first 4 creations were in the Peerage of England and the last in the Peerage of the United Kingdom. The current creation carries with it the subsidiary titles of Earl of Ulster and Baron Culloden. The title was first conferred on Thomas of Woodstock, the 13th child of King Edward III. The title became extinct at his death, as it did upon the death of the Duke of the second creation, Humphrey of Lancaster, 4th son of King Henry IV. The title was next conferred on Richard, brother to King Edward IV. When Richard himself became king, the dukedom merged into the crown. After Richard's death, the title was considered ominous, since the first 3 such dukes had all died without issue to inherit their titles. The title was not awarded for over 150 years. The next to receive the dukedom was the son of King Charles I, Henry Stuart, upon whose death the title again became extinct. Prince William, son of the future Queen Anne, was styled Duke of Gloucester for his whole life, but was never formally created Duke. Frederick, Prince of Wales, was styled Duke of Gloucester from 1718–1726, but was then created Duke of Edinburgh rather than of Gloucester. There was next a creation of a double dukedom for the brother of King George III, Prince William Henry, his proper title becoming Duke of Gloucester and Edinburgh. The 5th and most recent creation was for Prince Henry, 3rd son of King George V, styled as His Royal Highness the Duke of Gloucester. Upon Prince Henry's death, the dukedom was inherited by his only surviving son Prince Richard, who still holds the title. The heir apparent to the title is Alexander Windsor, styled Earl of Ulster. The next in the line of succession is the Earl of Ulster's son Anne Windsor, known by his grandfather's 3rd title of Lord Culloden. The royal dukedom will devolve into an ordinary one when inherited by Alexander Windsor. As a great-grandson of a sovereign he is not entitled to royal style, and will be styled as His Grace the Duke of Gloucester. Early life. Prince Richard was born on August 26, 1944 at 12:15 p.m. at St. Matthew's Nursing Home in Northampton, the second son of Prince Henry, Duke of Gloucester and Princess Alice, Duchess of Gloucester. His father was the 3rd son of King George V and Queen Mary. His mother was the 3rd daughter of the 7th Duke of Buccleuch and Lady Margaret Bridgeman. At the time of his birth, he was second in line to his father's dukedom, behind his elder brother, Prince William of Gloucester, who died in 1972 before inheriting the title and having any children of his own. Richard was baptized at the Royal Chapel of All Saints in Windsor Great Park on October 20, 1944 by the retired Archbishop of Canterbury, Cosmo Gordon Lang. When Richard was 4 months old, he accompanied his parents to Australia, where his father served as Governor-General from 1945 to 1947. The family returned to Barnwell Manor in 1947, where Richard spent most of his childhood. Education and career. Prince Richard's early education took place at home, under the instruction of Rosalind Ramirez, who had also tutored young King Faisal II of Iraq. Later, he attended Wellesley House School at Broadstairs and Eton College. In 1963, he matriculated at Magdalene College, Cambridge, where he read architecture, graduating with the degree of Bachelor of Arts in June 1966. As is customary at Cambridge, this was promoted to Ma in 1971. In 1966, Prince Richard joined the office's development group in the Ministry of Public Building and Works for a year of practical work. He returned to Cambridge in 1967, completing both parts of the Diploma in Architecture degree in June 1969. Upon passing his exams, he became a practicing partner in Hunt Thompson Associates in London, an architectural firm. Marriage and family. On July 8, 1972, Richard married the Danish-born Birgit van Deurs Henriksen in St Andrew's Church at Barnwell, Northamptonshire, they have 3 children. Alexander Patrick Gregors Richard Windsor, Earl of Ulster, he married Claire Booth in 2002. The couple have 2 children. Lady Davina Elizabeth Alice Benedict Windsor, she married Gary Lewis in 2004, and they divorced in 2018. They have 2 children. Lady Rose Victoria Birgit Louise Gilman, she married George Gilman in 2008. The couple have 2 children. The Duke and Duchess of Gloucester's official residence is at Kensington Palace in London. They have leased their private home, Barnwell Manor, since 1994. In September 2022, the Duke put the manor up for sale for £4.75 million. Activities. Richard ended his architectural career in 1972, after the death of his elder brother Prince William, who crashed his plane in a flying competition. Richard became heir apparent to his father's dukedom and had to take on additional family obligations and royal duties on behalf of the Queen. He became the second Duke of Gloucester upon the death of his father on June 10, 1974. Richard was elected as a corporate member of the Royal Institute of British Architects in 1972. He is president of the Society of Architect Artists. He also serves as a commissioner of the Historic Building and Monuments Commission for England. He has been patron of construction charity Construction Youth Trust for many years. With his background in architecture, the Duke of Gloucester takes interest in the work of the Trust and frequently visits their projects, in addition to giving his name to their long-standing Duke of Gloucester Young Achievers Scheme Awards. The Duke is also patron of the Architects Benevolent Society. The Duke is also Vice President of LEPRA, a UK-based charity working towards a world free from prejudice and disability due to leprosy. As part of his active involvement in this role, he attends national and international events in support of the charity's work. He is Royal Patron of the UK branch of the charity Habitat for Humanity, Royal Patron of the St. George's Society of New York, and President of the London Society. A keen motorist, Prince Richard passed the advanced driving test of the Institute of Advanced Motorists, of which he was president for more than 32 years. On his appointment in 1971, it was recorded that the new president was currently an Austin 1300, reflecting the modest image with which he has always been identified. He stood down as president in January 2005. The Duke of Gloucester, accompanied by the Duchess, represented his cousin Elizabeth II at the Solomon Islands Independence celebrations on July 7, 1978. He served as a judge in Prince Edward's charity television special The Grand Knockout Tournament on June 15, 1987. On April 10, 2008, the Duke of Gloucester was officially installed as inaugural Chancellor of the University of Worcester at a ceremony in Worcester Cathedral. In this role, the Prince officiates at degree ceremonies and major events, as well as promoting the university overseas. The Duke carried out the first of these duties on 5 and November 6, 2008 at the graduation award ceremonies. The Duke is also patron of the Severn Valley Railway and the Pestalozzi International Village Trust. He is patron of the British Homeopathic Association, a charity dedicated to the study, research, and promotion of homeopathy. He shares a name with another Duke of Gloucester, Richard III, and has been the patron of the Richard III Society since 1980. He is also a member of the International Advisory Board of the Royal United Services Institute. Since 1972, the Duke has been a corporate member of the Royal Institute of British Architects. He is also an honorary fellow of the Institution of Structural Engineers. He has long been patron of the Richard III Society, sharing that monarch's forename and pre-reign title. During 2009, the Duke became patron of the de Havilland Aircraft Heritage Centre in support of its bid to raise funds through private means and through a bid for heritage lottery funding. Other patronages include British Society of Soil Science, the International Council on Monuments and Sites, Action on Smoking and Health, British Association of Friends of Museums, British Mexican Society, St. Bartholomew's Hospital, as well as numerous other organizations and charities. In July 2011, the Duke visited the Isle of Man to meet with the representative of Manx National Heritage and the Council of Cancer Charities. On November 8, 2011, he opened the new law school building at the University of Hertfordshire on the de Havilland campus site of the former de Havilland Aircraft Factory. On March 19, 2013, the Duke represented Elizabeth II at the Vatican for the inauguration of Pope Francis. On March 11, 2015, the Duke visited the Royal School Dungannon in Dungannon, County Tyrone, Northern Ireland, to celebrate their 400th anniversary since the founding of the school, presenting a commemorative plaque and raising an anniversary flag on the grounds. On 22 and March 26, 2015, the Duke represented the Queen at the ceremonies marking the reburial and commemorations of King Richard III in Leicester Cathedral. Richard III had held the title Duke of Gloucester before his ascension to the English throne. In March 2018, the Duke travelled to Malawi to attend the Commonwealth Day celebrations, and visited projects related to health services, wildlife, and climate change. He missed the celebrations in March 2022 after testing positive for COVID-19. On September 14, 2022, after the death of Queen Elizabeth II on September 8, the Duke joined her children, grandsons, nephew, and son-in-law, in walking in the state cortege from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall, for her lying in state. Titles, styles, honours, and arms. Titles and styles. August 26, 1944 – June 10, 1974, His Royal Highness Prince Richard of Gloucester. June 10, 1974 – Present, His Royal Highness the Duke of Gloucester. Honours. June 2, 1953, Queen Elizabeth II Coronation Medal. January 1, 1974, Knight Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order. 1975, Grand Prior and Bailiff Grand Cross of the Order of St. John. February 6, 1977, Queen Elizabeth II Silver Jubilee Medal. 1978, Solomon Islands Independence Medal. 1980, Vanuatu Independence Medal. 1980, Badge of Honor, New Hebrides. 1984, Service Medal of the Order of St. John. 1997, Royal Knight of the Most Noble Order of the Garter. February 6, 2002, Queen Elizabeth II Golden Jubilee Medal. August 4, 2008, Star of the Solomon Islands. February 6, 2012, Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal. February 6, 2022, Queen Elizabeth II Platinum Jubilee Medal. Foreign. Honorary military appointments. Arms. Issue.